And what council seat are you running for?
District 4 is the seat,
okay.
And Suzanne Jenkins is the councilwoman who's represented that district. She's now into her second term. She'll be term limited.
Okay.
And the election is in April of 2007.
Okay.
It's a very broad, diverse district.
Mm-hmm.
It includes much of downtown. Really it carves out the financial district of downtown. It runs north to Beaver Street, downtown, east to Liberty Street, and west to Broad Street, downtown. It then jumps across the river south to include the South Bank. It runs south along the railroad, mm-hmm. all the way down to Bay Meadows Road. And then it reaches east to UNF. And northeast it runs along Atlantic Boulevard. So it includes the historical neighborhood of St. Nicholas, Old Southside, San Souci, Inglewood, Spring Park, Grove Park. It includes Tinseltown, Secret Cove area, the new development around St. Luke's. It includes Old Bay Meadows. In terms of the commercial end, it's downtown, South Bank, South Point, the commercial area around Tinseltown, the commercial area around St. John's Town Center, and the Phillips Highway corridor. In terms of the residential, this community has seen a lot of its wealth leave over the last 25 years.
You mean flight to the suburbs or leave Jacksonville completely?
Flight to the suburbs, south to Mandarin, east to the ocean. Old Southside was 30 years ago an upwardly mobile community. And this is a community now that is hardworking, working families, folks that are making ends meet, a lot of home ownership in this community. As I've said, this is an area of town that really has a great opportunity for attainable housing, and we need to really refocus on this community. I've talked to so many residents who have felt that City Hall, in some respect, has forgotten about Old Southside. And one of my missions as City Councilman will be to redirect focus to this community. They are facing issues of property crime, of dilapidated shopping centers in the neighborhood. And so there are opportunities there. I'm involved with the Mayor's Initiative on the Town Center project, for example, and the city's involvement in helping to rehabilitate old, dilapidated shopping areas, to turn them from areas where crime and criminal element feel comfortable to vibrant commercial centers once again located in the neighborhood. So the true town center concept, we've done it well at Murray Hill, we've done it well in San Marco, we're doing it in the St. Nicholas area, and it seems to me that there's a lot of opportunity in Old Southside to recreate that model.
When you talk about Old Southside, do you mean like between University Boulevard and downtown? That whole strip, like where Coon Flowers is, and the Salvation Army, and St. Nicholas?
That's exactly it. There's an area that encompasses Atlantic Boulevard, South Beach Boulevard, connected in by University, Parental Home Road, Bowden Road. This is really the concentration of the residential community in this district. Mm-hmm. And this is a district that, in terms of its residential, really needs some TLC, needs more focus, more attention. And there's real opportunity there to help to create a more vibrant community, one where folks, new families, singles, can realize the promise of home ownership, and where commercial settings can really thrive.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it sounds like the Old Southside is a big talking point for their future campaign. Do you have any other ones, any other issues that are important to you that you want to talk about right now?
Well, you know, as I've said, the fate of downtown seems to me to be so connected to Springfield and Old Southside and St. Nicholas, so that it seems to me that you cannot talk about the redevelopment of those older neighborhoods without talking about the redevelopment of downtown. District 4's next council person has to be engaged with the city in terms of its efforts to redevelop downtown. I understand that the Downtown Development Authority is being dismantled to be replaced by a four-pronged committee which will look at downtown residential, downtown entertainment and walkability, as well as infrastructure and parking. And District 4's next city councilman really has to be engaged with the city to help facilitate this process. Downtown is everyone's, but as the councilman who actually represents the core of that district, I will be someone who will be a real advocate for downtown development, someone who will be in favor of letting the private sector control the market, while at the same time protecting our quality of life, protecting our river access, and protecting what makes Jacksonville great. And it's about creating more accessibility to the river and protecting it. But downtown has to reach a critical mass in terms of residents. Downtown has to be involved in developing housing that's affordable. And for those two things to happen, it seems to me you have to have a strong voice in government.
Yeah, I mean, affordable housing is a big topic right now. I know there's lots of talk about affordable housing on the Metro Jack's message board, and I think WJCT just did a study on workforce housing. What can you do that was different than what Suzanne Jenkins did to bring affordable housing to downtown?
Well, I mean, city government has legislative power and the power to require certain things of developers. For example, City Hall could require developers to set aside a certain percentage of housing for what it considered to be attainable or affordable housing. And whether those numbers are somewhere between $120,000, $180,000 per unit, I mean, that can be accomplished. And I don't think it's that restrictive to the private sector. I think that municipalities all over the country are engaged in that process. And it's about planning. It's about being involved in the sustainability of growth. And that's what a city government ought to be involved in. So that's one example of how city government can help to mold its plan for downtown by requiring certain percentages of affordable housing, as well as certain requirements for green space, for example.